Power Hour with John Lee.
The Guildford 4. Boom, big story this one. I think we've probably all seen In the Name of the Father, which is a wonderful film. Daniel Day-Lewis is great in that. Pete Postlethwaite, in my opinion, blows him off the screen. Pete Postlethwaite is tremendous in his subtlety in that film. And what's it about? It's about a couple of lads from Belfast. They go to England in the 70s, in the early 70s, looking for fun, man. You know, they've got a hippie flavour to them. They're sick of the fucking bombs. They're sick of the IRA. They're sick of the fucking tanks and the soldiers. You know what I mean? And they want to get the fuck out of there. And they've got long hair. And, the hard guys in the area in Belfast are not feeling that. So they get on a ship and they go with, a few members of the family. And they've got family over there as well. And so they go and they arrive in England. And it's just party time. It's fucking sesh, smoke, and talk. Ladies. The ladies. And you have a fucking shit haircut and no one laughs at you. Because they've all got a shit haircut. And that was basically what being a hippie was. And they're doing that for a while. Unremarkable in that sense, really. And then they get arrested. All of a sudden, they get arrested. Why? Because some bombs went off in Guildford. Some bombs went off in two pubs. Terrible. And they were targeted, you see. They were IRA bombs. This is during the period that we call the Troubles. Right? And the IRA bombed pubs. And I think that is fucking disgraceful. I think that is sick. Bombing a fucking pub. This is a place for working men and women who just got to fucking work in the factories or the fucking building sites or the offices. Do what they're doing, man. Get the money together, feed the families, live a normal, dignified life, pay for the kids and fucking education and food and everything else. And maybe they've got a Friday night to go in there and see their friends, and you're going to blow them the fuck up. What? Because there might be 2 or 3 people in there that you'd like to kill, or because you'd like to make a statement. And that's terrorism. And terrorism is a fucking horrible thing, obviously. It's based on terror. As we know, it's not a tactic, it's an ideology. And because the IRA were so good, they were a paramilitary organisation. They weren't a group of criminals. The police were scratching around, and they found these young lads, these young Irish lads, tossing around in England with long hair, and they pulled them in and they fucking chucked them in a cell, and they beat them, and they terrorised them, and they tortured them, and they made them sign false fucking confessions. And part of the confessions actually were that members of their family who were called the Maguires, members of their family were involved in this. So the Guildford 4 were the people, the young people who were originally brought in, and they were Paul Hill and Jerry Conlon. They're the two that are featured in the film. And there's another guy called Patrick Armstrong. He gets brought in as well. And a girl called Carol Richardson. And they get brought in as well, and they get tortured, they get beat. You know what I mean? This is Guantanamo Bay. Nasty, fucking horrible, English imperialistic, you're fucking with the empire, nasty violence, man. And of course, Paul Hill and Jerry Conlon, they couldn't take it, so they signed whatever the fuck was put in front of them. They admitted to whatever the fuck was put in front of them. They lost it. They lost their minds completely, and through that they incriminated the Maguires. And I mean, this is a family. It's just a family. And the mother of the family was known in the area for being a lovely person, baking cakes, helping the neighbours. She was known for anti-IRA stance. And there was no fucking connection between this lady and terrorism whatsoever. And so then one day, the police, probably stirred up with MI5, special branch maybe, just fucking bang, through the door again. Fuck you. And they just start raping the place. They just start absolutely chucking everything everywhere. You know, you're fucking terrorists. You're fucking terrorists. And the lady, the head of the family, Granny Maguire, I'm going to call her, the head of the Maguire clan. She said, "You see that plug there? I couldn't fucking put a fuse in that, much less build a fucking bomb. What are you doing in my house?" They all get arrested, even the kids, man. They arrest the kids. They bring the kids in. They fucking throw the kids into interview rooms. These are torture cells. And they torture the kids. They torture the parents. They torture the grandmother. Right? They fucking, the mother, sorry. They torture the mother of the family. They torture the fucking aunts and uncles. They torture the fucking children. I'm talking as young as 10 years old. The youngest one, Paddy, was 10 years old. I think his name was Paddy. And, I mean, horrendous. You know, they put guns to their heads. They fucking beat them black and blue, punching and kicking them to fuck. And they sent them all to prison. And they got long ass fucking sentences. They sent the kids to adult prison. They put them in proper adult fucking prison. Where, you know, they had horrendous experiences. Fucking horrendous. And it took them a very long time. They all did, is, you know, several of them involved. Another 6 people were charged with murder, but eventually those cases were dropped. And the Maguires and the Guildford 4, you know, they all got years in prison. They did between 15 and 16 fucking years apiece. And as we see in the film, when the investigation's fucking mounting pressure to get these people out of prison, it all comes to light again. They completely railroaded them. They falsified evidence. They fucking hid evidence. Right? Completely corrupt system. They knew they were sending innocent people to prison. And is that the worst thing about it? Or is it that the real perpetrators were still at large?